What up, what up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mo.J, and this is episode 2 of Ready for Love, The Last Resort. Now, I didn't get to put the episode out Friday after the episode aired because I went out of town. I just got back in late last night, but we're going to get the episode out. We didn't forget about y'all. We still here. But before we go any further, shout out to the notification gang. If you're new to the channel, you like the content, you want to be a part of the notification gang, hit your subscribe button, turn on your notifications so you get something every time I upload. I'm Mo. I'm not going to hold you up. Let's jump right into it. This is episode 2, Ready for Love. It's week 2. We finally get to see the eligible singles actually conversing with each other and, getting to know each other. My boy Calfani is the first one that shows up. And his red flag is females that are jealous. There's no point in being jealous. Like, I look good, you look good. Let's look good together and, forget what everybody else got to say. And the first woman he gets to meet is the wonderful Joy. We know she's looking for love. And the first thing she notices on my boy is, ooh, so you are into the gym. You lifting weights. You looking good over there. So I think these two, actually a lot of women are going to be into Calfani because he's a little bit bigger than the rest of us. I'm not on the show, but he's a little bit bigger than the rest of us. And I want to see what Joy's personality is going to be like. The next person to show up is my boy Edwin, the chef. Edwin gets there and he pretty much takes over the scene. Like, excuse me, let me talk to the woman. So he's talking to her. He tells her that he's a chef. And she's like, oh, a chef. So, Edwin's pretty much letting Calfani know, hey, you bigger than us, but, I can cook it up. I can treat her good and I'm going to protect mine. So I'm here for the lady too, just like you are. So don't think you got a head start and an advantage over all of us. Calfani was there before everyone, so he has the head start. So as women are coming in, of course they're going to see this big man. They're like, oh, okay. So Miss Winter comes over there in the orange. Ooh, Wig comes over to get her a little glass of wine, and she's talking to Calfani, and they hitting it off. But you know how it is. It's a little flirting. She like, oh, you strong. She like, I'm strong too. So Calfani, being bigger than all of us and having the physique that women love, he's going to have that head start. He's always going to get noticed before everybody else is going to get noticed. But Winter seems like she's real nice, and Calfani seems like he could go at the pace that she wants to go at because she seems like she has fun too. So I like that about her. What do we get here? Since Houston is a big city, but it's not that big, people run into each other. And my boy KG Smooth, aka Chris, turns out him and Joy, they know each other. So we have a little alliance here. And you can already tell these two are going to be helping each other out when it comes through picking through the people that they know. Joy is going to tell Chris everything that she knows about the women, like, hey, be careful about her, do this. It's going to be vice versa for Chris probably. Now, I don't know if he's part of the G code, where you don't relay all this information to women, but we'll see how it works out because these two know each other. In a friendship, you're always going to try to keep that friendship, especially around people you don't know. So we're going to see how these two play out together. Now, Adriana, she's one of the younger ones on the show, but when she shows up, everybody is, who's that? She came in, body looking good, hair looking good, looking good overall. So everybody's looking at her like, that's the woman I'm going to go ahead and try to talk to. Let me fixing myself up, look in the camera. Hey, I look good? Okay. I'm going to go try and talk to her. Let me introduce myself to her. But she came in here looking real, real good. Nice. All right, now it's time for the games to stop. It's over with now. Now it's time to get serious. Everyone has finally made it to the resort. And now we get to actually break it down and see more in-depth conversations throughout each of the individual singles and how they, react with the ones that they're talking to, who they're feeling and who they're not feeling. So now let's really jump into it and really break down what's going on the resort. As soon as Tommy lets them off the leash, oh my God, they all go to Alicia Grass Calfani talking about, ooh, I'm a sucker for bodies. Edwin's over here taking off Crystal's shoes. Oh my goodness. They doing everything. I'm talking about when you're at this resort, you ain't got no time to play. You got to make your presence known and you got to let whoever you're interested in know that you're interested because 2 people are going home tonight. 1 female and 1 male is going home tonight. So you got to bring your A game. Here goes one of our negative experiences is between Denish and Rashad. So they start talking to each other and you can already tell that the conversation isn't going where it wants to go. Denise is telling her saying she used to run track and he's mentioning his college and he's like, yeah, we used to always beat you guys. But she's like, not in track because I was nice. I went to Grambling State. We always beat y'all girls. And he was like, eh. So they're already not clicking off. So she's like, she's gonna go get a drink, and Rasheed doesn't even go with her. He's just like, okay, go ahead. So for her, that's a turn off. Like, you should have offered, I'll go get you the drink. But if they're not connected like that, Rasheed's just pretty much like, yeah, I'm not interested in this. I'm not doing anything for her. Now, I'm not saying he's right. I'm not saying he's wrong, but these two, they ain't gonna work. Chris pulls up to Winter and Shay, you know what I'm saying? He got on the suit, shirt open, oiled up, and all the girls is like, dang, you can't be coming in here looking like that, you know what I'm saying? Sexy chocolate, and we know you got that smoothing voice from the radio, but he's just confident with that. Now, people hear him on the radio, so they know his voice. I don't know if a lot of people know him as far as what he looks like, but they know the voice, and now they get to see him, and the ladies, they loving it, because a confident man, hey, you got to have that confidence, fellas. If you don't have that confidence, that's the first place you're slacking. And if you can't approach a woman with confidence, it's going to be hard for you. Now, I know this, I'm single, but I still have that confidence to approach a woman and wear whatever I want to wear because I feel like it's right for me, man. I'm here for me. Now, we know Miss Simone. Now, when I say she has an attitude, it ain't the, oh, that's an angry black woman. She has that attitude because she's confident about herself. She has that attorney in her. So what she's trying to tell everybody is, my number one thing is, I need a man that is funny but financially stable. I'm not doing all that broke people stuff. I went through college, put myself through college, and here I am today. Also, she wants a man with, you know, saying a passport that's well traveled. Now I'm on my second passport, and because she doesn't feel like I can take your abs to the bank. So you got to be financially stable. You got to be able to travel with her. She knows what she wants. And man, she wants what she wants, fellas. So you got to fit those requirements. Financially stable, make her laugh, hey, and be able to travel. If you can't get about the country, she's skipping on you. Who's next? My boy David and Danielle, they actually get to converse with each other. Now, I'm rooting for my boy David because he's the mid-30s, you know what I'm saying? We got to look out for our brothers, and he seemed like somebody I'd be hanging around, one of my boys from the country. But they're both just talking, and he's telling where he's from, a rural area in Texas, and she's like, oh, I feel sorry for you because I have family from there. Now, for David, he's a little bit younger, so he's feeling like he's getting like the homie vibe from her. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not really talking to be interested in each other. We're just talking to get to know each other because we cool. That's just the vibe we give off with each other. That's going to be the downfall for Danielle. A lot of people were saying that she has that friendly vibe to her. You know what I'm saying? I know she has a kid and stuff at home, but everyone's getting more of a let's hang out, let's get to know each other, and you know what I'm saying, just go out and do things together as a friends, you know what I'm saying? Nothing more than that, maybe like a cousin or something, but nothing on the serious note. Same thing goes for my boy Sam. Now we know he's an artist, but he's kind of pulled back and reserved. So when he first gets there, he's taking his drink and he's looking around like, okay, let me approach this. Let's go do it. But his conversation is a little dry. I won't say it's dry just because that's him as a person, but just everything he's went through, he just, you know what I'm saying, converse, he's conservative. He's like, you know what I'm saying, let's sit back and let's see what's going on. But that's what's taking a hit for him. You got to get out there. You got to open up. Because at this point, this is the feel good stage. No one knows each other. So we could just be open and friendly. You know what I'm saying? It's not, you can't judge me off of anything because this is the first impression. You got to make the best first impression. Sam slacked a little bit here now. We can see if he's going to make it up a little bit later, but that first impression, especially with women that are looking for love, you can't just be in there like, yeah, you know, I paint, dude. You got to be out there. You got to see what they want. Don't talk too much about yourself. Just let them know I'm an artist, but you want to know what they want to do. Now we got Brian talking to Alex. Now I like what Brian said. Brian told her that he's been celibate for a while. She's on stuff. I'm not trying to hear that because normally when we say that, normally when we say that, we might be lying, but some of us, we are celibate. Like me, I've been celibate for a while. But she starts laughing at him. So he's telling her, like, no, you know, say it could be like that. I'm pretty sure it was hard for you being celibate also. But the thing that Brian said that stuck out to me is, I'm here looking for love. I didn't spend all this money on these nice clothes. Like, we're not just buying clothes just to wear. We're buying these clothes so we can look good, feel good about ourselves, and go out there and get the lady we love. So if he bought these clothes and actually came on this show, my boy Brian is looking for love, man, and I can respect that. And Alex, you got to show my man some love. He's being honest with you here. He's being honest. Now, here we go. This is what I would call a black power couple. We got the beautiful Miss Denise, the track star, and Calfani, the bodybuilder. Now, I think these two will work out perfectly. Both of them are into being fit. They got that little sports background to them, the competitiveness. But they also look good together. Don't we love seeing the black couples together? Two strong black people together, making one. This is the couple I'm rooting for. If I got to pick two people, I think these two will be the perfect match together. Comment below, do you think, out of everyone you've seen so far mixing and mingling, do these two not look the best to you? I think these two, y'all gonna be on it. I know it's gonna be rough being in this house together, but yeah, I think y'all can make it. Now, OG Raymond, he's the oldest of everyone. He's about 52, I said they were. And he's talking to Alicia. So he has the conversation and stuff down. But one thing about him, and I like that about him, because as a man, that's what you're supposed to do. He always lets it be known that he has 5 children. Alicia lets him know that she has 2. And he's like, oh, I got you beat. I have 5. Now, having the 5 kids might backfire on him. But at the same time, it's his kids. As long as he's taking care of his kids and his kids are in a good situation, then that really shouldn't matter. I know people have their preference, but you can't knock a man for having kids, but he's taking care of it. He's doing his job as a black man, as a father. But you can already tell some people like, oh, 5, that's going to be a little hit. So he might make it through this first night, maybe the first couple of nights. But when it starts getting into the real relationships and how things are going, I think the baby mothers, that's going to play a big role, and that might deter women from him. I don't know. Let's see how it works for him. But he's a confident man, clean too, clean. You wouldn't think he was 52, but the man's clean, man. I respect it. I respect it all the way. We haven't seen my boy Anthony enough, and now he's actually stepping up. So he's up here with Denise, and he's, massaging the feet. So he knows about the first impression. Now, I put my boy Anthony as a sleeper. He's been kind of reserved. We've seen him mingling around a little bit, but this is his actual first time, like hands-on, like actually talking with a woman, and actually them showing us him giving the conversation. Now he's still in the show with the massaging the feet. Now you got to be interested in someone if you're gonna touch their feet, especially the first time you meet them. So Anthony's gonna be the sleeper. A lot of people not gonna expect much from him, but I know he's gonna be a sleeper. He's gonna be stealing some hearts out here, especially he got that football background, so he knows how to win the game. That's all I'm gonna say. He knows how to win. Like I said about Sam is too conservative and laid back at this point. It's the first day. You got to be open to meet people. Now, Alex, what she says is, he seems like a sweet person, but I get bored easily because he's not really talking about anything. He's talking about what he's looking for. He wants love and to be, saying loved and respected by somebody. But you got to go a little bit deeper. You got to open up more. You know what I'm saying? Be ecstatic. Be excited to be here or something. So Alex is pretty much like, there might be a connection in the future, but right now it's just a little boring. Here goes something interesting. The OG Raymond was over here talking to Adriana, they're just talking about things. And out of nowhere, Rasheed comes along and he asks, hey, excuse me, my man, can I talk to her for a minute? Now, me personally, if I was Raymond, I would have said, hey, you can after we get done having our conversation, respectfully, but you're not just going to budge in. Like, I don't care if you guys known each other before. We're having a conversation, just, wait your turn. But it turns out Rasheed and Adriana, they actually dated a while back. So Rasheed's trying to rekindle the whole thing, but Adriana's like, when we were talking, I ended up, ghosting you. I didn't respond back. But the reason for this is because Rasheed, he had just came out of a divorce. So he's trying to get his kids and things together so they can adjust to what the new norm is. Mom's going to be here, dad's going to be here, but, you're going to be going between the houses. So that's why they kind of ended the relationship. But at this point, it's like, man, it didn't work. Yeah, you can try again, but obviously she played you off and put you to the side because she didn't want that. You can be persistent. We're going to see how that works. But me personally, if I was Raymond, I'm like, nah, brother, I'm talking to her. There's other women out here. Go talk to them. But let's see if these two can get their old thing back. Tommy comes in and he sits down, he talks with Jay and Rasheed. Now, we haven't really got to see Jay that much, but I tell you, that man is clean. The hat, the shirt, that's something I will wear if I'm not in regular clothes. But he asked him, who are they feeling? And Jay, the first person he says is Joy. So that J and J connection, He says he likes the hair and her personality. Then they ask Rasheed, who is he like? First he says Adriana, and then Tommy wants one more, and he says Simone. So we already know that Rasheed is after the one that he couldn't get. and Simone is his backup plan. But when he asks who isn't he feeling, he says Denise, and the reason for that is because he felt like she was too aggressive. But Denise wasn't too aggressive. It was just she didn't go with what you wanted her to go with. You wanted to talk about how y'all beat them in school, but you were upset that she said not in track. The girls, we used to always beat y'all. So that was the reason that him and her, they clashed. And like I said, he didn't get her a drink either. So that's the two that they like and they dislike. So it's interesting. Like I said, man, my boy David, he's a cool dude. Like I said, someone I hang with because he's going to tell you exactly how it is. So Tommy asked him, who isn't he feeling? And he says Simone. And the reason for that is because when he was talking to Simone, she asked him, has he traveled? He was like, he was going to the DR. And she's like, oh, you went there for the hookers? It's like, you don't ask a man, am I going somewhere to have illegal sex with somebody? Like, come on, man. So for him, he's like, the conversation with her is boring. Like, come on, man. You don't ask somebody that. But, you know what I'm saying? He's a younger dude, and it's like, what was going on? But he did admit she's beautiful. She got a body. But it's just the conversation was off to her, man. It's like, so I don't think that that's going to work for these two. Now it's Tommy's turn to go around and talk to the women and see who they are interested in, who they aren't interested in, so we can get the female perspective. So the first person he sits down with, he asks Joy who she's feeling. And of course, she takes Edwin, the chef, and she's also interested in Jay. She wants to talk to him a little bit more. Then we talk to Denise, and of course, she's feeling Kalfani. Now, they ask people who they're interested in, and we can already tell who kind of has a connection, but then he starts to ask who aren't they connecting with. And it's looking like a lot of people are saying Sam. He's monotone. He's not saying enough. He's just saying just enough to get by. You know what I'm saying? He's not really having the conversations with you. Now, Eliminations is coming up. So I don't know if he's going to be able to swing it for this last moment. But these women are beautiful. They know what they want. They heard what they needed to hear from these men on the first night. So they haven't actually been living with each other. But now we got the introductions out of the way. We all know each other. Let's head into this elimination. Fellas, ladies, hold on tight. So the first elimination comes down to the gentleman, and it's between the OG Raymond and the artist Sam. Now, a lot of women were saying they don't know if they can get past the 5 kids with Raymond, and then also with the reservedness of Sam. So these two are on the chopping block. And unfortunately, it comes down to Sam. Sam has to leave. Everyone's saying that his first impression wasn't that impressive. Like, he didn't really talk to anybody. He was reserved. He held everything back, and he wasn't really saying nothing to anybody. So the first person that we had to get rid of is my dog Sam. Now, it's unfortunate he has to go home, but this competition here is for people that are really ready to love. And they just didn't feel like Sam was here for that. Now, he might find it when he goes home, but Raymond, you're here for another night. Congrats, brother, and congrats to the other gentleman that made it to the next night. Now it's time for the women, and on the chopping block tonight, we have Danny and Simone. Now, Tommy sat around and talked to everybody. We know that Danny has the homegirl feeling, you know what I'm saying, the homegirl vibes, you know what I'm saying, nothing more than that. We just hang out, we all cool. And then with Simone, they weren't really liking the conversation, and some guys were just, you know, so they just wasn't sure yet. But when it all came down to it, the person that has to leave tonight is Danielle. Everyone just, when it came down to it, we can get with Simone, we can converse with her and probably move forward and, you know what I'm saying, navigate around that and get to things that we have on the common ground. But Danielle, it just felt like, you know what I'm saying, that's my sister, that's my homegirl. It's not going to be anything more than that. We could just hang out with each other, kick it. We barbecue, you bring the kids over, we just hang out and chill. It's nothing more than that. So for her, she has to go home. And it's unfortunate because she was really here looking for love. Hopefully when she goes back to Houston after COVID, she can find true love. And Simone, you're lucky. You made it for another night. Welcome to the house. And there you have it, episode 2 of Ready for Love, The Last Resort, Houston, Texas. Now, this is about to be very interesting because they're all living with each other. So they're all moving into the house tonight. We're about to see next week how that's gonna turn out, because you already know it's gonna be, okay, I'm talking to her, but I talk to her too, but she talks to him. Now it's gonna be weird, but we're all adults here. Let's handle it like adults. Let's not have none of that physical fighting. There might be some arguments, but no physical fighting. And if you guys are in the house doing things, be safe about it. We're all adults here. I'm sure we all know how to protect ourselves. But that's episode 2. Comment below, who do you think is going to be one of the good couples starting off in the house? I'm not saying they're going to finish, but who's going to start off as one of the first couples in the house? Let me know below. But I'm Mo.J. Thanks for watching. If you like the content, please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. Hey, we're on the road to 5,000 subscribers. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.